bit for those of you who have never, who don't know about the Dollar Babies. Let me tell you a little bit about it. And first of all, if you have a schedule, a pre-printed schedule for the films that we're going to show, just throw that away, because that's not the order that we're going to show them in. And one of the films, unfortunately, Beach World by Maria Ivanova, we had to eliminate for time reasons. If Maria is watching from St. Petersburg, Russia, please don't send the skinheads to do anything to us. You know, whatever device you're listening on, we apologize. We want to show that movie later, but we just couldn't show it today. Stephen King has always been a great story writer. Some people think his stories are even stronger than his novels. And, you know, two of his earliest books and most popular books were Night Shift and Skeleton Crew, which are collections of stories. And if you'll notice, in the Dollar Baby films, I would say 2/3 of all the Dollar Baby films have been taken from those two collections. In 1977, Stephen King decided that anyone could take, any student filmmaker or young filmmaker could take one of his short stories and for $1 could license it from him as long as they never showed it for commercial purposes. And he did this as a way to encourage filmmakers and encourage young talent. And that's still the system that exists today. He keeps all the rights. You can't show it commercially. That's why the only place you can see these films generally is film festivals. No one except Stephen King knows exactly how many Dollar Babies there are. There's probably upwards of 200. I've been comparing notes with various filmmakers. He keeps them on a shelf in his library. You know, you have to send him the film when you make the film. He just keeps them on a shelf, and he's never bothered to catalog them, so we don't know how many of them are really out there. But the best estimates are that upwards of 200 of these films. The most famous one is The Woman in the Room, which was made in 1983 by Frank Darabont. It was actually released, it's one of the few Dollar Babies that was actually released. It was released on VHS in an anthology collection in 1986. And then, of course, Frank Darabont would go on to direct 3 Stephen King features, The Green Mile, Shawshank Redemption, and The Mist. That was the third one, right? And so, also released on DVD is, not on DVD, on the internet, is a film that we're going to show today, Paranoid, A Chant, which was made in 2000 by Jay Holman. That's one of the few that was ever allowed to be seen outside film festivals. And then in October 2009, J.P. Scott had adapted Everything's Eventual as a feature film, and Stephen King liked it so much that he approved it for theatrical distribution. I'm not sure whether it was ever actually released or not, but it was approved so that it can at some point be seen. The very first festival of Dollar Baby films was in 2004, put together by another of our guests today, James Renner of Cleveland, and it was held at the University of Maine at Marana, which is Stephen King's alma mater. And since then there have been not that many, but a handful of other Dollar Baby festivals in various places. There was one earlier this year in Houston. There have been a few in other places. The quality of the Dollar Babies varies widely. The quality goes from abysmal to excellent. In the early years of the Dollar Baby, it was fairly abysmal. In recent years, it's gotten better and better and better as the word has gotten out among filmmakers. You'll notice that most of these films are fairly recent. The quality of these 7 films that we're going to show today is so good, it's scary. And I think you'll agree after you watch them. They're some of the best ones that have been done from Stephen King works. Most of them, oddly enough, when you watch these things, when you watch his short stories on film, you see that he has certain themes that he goes over and over and over again. And the main theme he always explores in his short stories is an individual pressed to the breaking point. An individual pressed to the point where he has to make a life or death decision. There are always really, really high stakes in these stories. And they're fundamental things, they're shocking things, they're things that we don't like to think about. And he just pushes the story straight to its climax very quickly. In fact, he pushes it more quickly than the filmmakers normally push it because they get involved with all the atmosphere of the story. But nevertheless, these are the, in my opinion, best dollar babies of recent years, and I hope you enjoy them. All right, thank you.